So what do you think of GJ? Are you in it?
No, I haven't even looked at anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it should. I mean, I'm still waiting to see what's going on here. I mean, it's just ranging so far. Yeah, I think with initially I thought GJ is gonna go up, but seems like because I thought the 4 hour is gonna flip bullish, but just looking on the 1 hour, seems like we had I mean, before this gap, we had support, and then the candle before, or no, the London Open candle, it retested that same area. So I mean, in this case, the only reason the gap's gonna get filled is if we start forming support at 142,500.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. The gap has to be filled. I don't know if it's today, tomorrow, or in a week, but I think this is gonna hold, and we're gonna fill the gap today.
Yeah, because initially I was looking on the 4 hour, and I was looking to see how this 4 hour was creating support down here at 142 400 ish, and then expecting the next 4 hour to continue bullish
Yep.
to do a retest.
We got 2 hours left, so
Yeah.
for the next 4 hours to close.
Yeah,
But
when we were doing the so we did some analysis on Sunday at the boot camp, and the GJ we analyzed till 142 200. That on Monday, if it breaks this support, it can come down here. But I think it did that last night. Now I'm just like, oh, that's just ranging.
yeah,
It's ranging with the bearish trend. So this is thing which is in the middle here, 142 500. This area. If candles start closing below 142 500, then we're heading down.
yep. Let's see. Time to
Yep.
wait.
Gold also should continue going up. I mean, if you look on the weekly should come to 1610.
Did you saw the videos of China hospitals and all that?
Yeah,
Amazing, man. Wow.
yeah, it's pretty sad. It's all man-made viruses, you know.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's man-made viruses. All the pharmaceutical companies, they release these diseases as products. You know, here's
Yeah,
new
yeah.
product.
Save your life.
Yeah. And gold, on the other hand, it should be continuing moving up.
Yeah.
We had a resistance at 1582.80. This candle broke up. This candle closed bearish. I think it did like some sort of it closed like a retest candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raja, do you get in on this trade when the 30-minute closes or upon the break of the 15? Because it's going to close in 5 minutes.
On gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the 15.
And then a break of the high?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to see how it closes. I'm also increasing my lot sizes, so I'm just gonna be very careful today.
You're increasing it for this trade or in general?
General.
Okay.
Ooh, someone sent a chart. Alright, waiting for bullish candle to go long. Looks good. Looks good. Yeah, gold is in a very, very, very heavy uptrend. I mean, look at this weekly candle. The previous weekly, how it closed. A huge rejection.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
gonna go to fill the wick.
Yeah, it has to fill the wick. Let's see here. Because now if this support holds, which was also resistance, then we're 100% we're coming up to retest this area 1586. Coming up right
Yes.
here. 100%.
So I can go all in.
Yeah, I mean the 15 minutes closing bullish here soon. So then slowly, you know, the 30-minute can also close bullish and then we can reach 1586. And then we can call it a day. Let's see here. No news, no major news today. No major news. Ooh, we got interest rates coming up. Interest rates, we got pound interest rates. Man, this is going to be a good volatile week. Which
So
order?
Raj,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to clarify. Like on these trades, I see them often. Like, do you wait for the break of the high because it's a 15-minute play, or do
Yeah.
you wait for the 30-minute to close?
You know, looking at this, the way it's moving, I'll probably enter before it breaks the high. You know, because I mean, my stop is going to be down over here. So if I enter later on, my stop is going to be big. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah.
It's only like a pip or two difference, most likely, if you put a stop. But you're right.
Yeah. So the idea is that the price is going to come up here to 1586. That's the idea. Provided we get a bullish close. So have the destination, have the risk condition down over here at 1582.50, and you know if it goes up, perfect. Which order will be better, depending on market execution when you're waiting for a breakout on either side? Well, that's totally up to you. If you want to use a pending order or a market order, you know, because the more you use just one order, the better you get at it and the more confident you get at it. I just use market orders. Alright, I got in on gold. I have a position on gold. Man, come on. Oh, this candle closed with no wick. Danger, danger. The S&P 500 3% down. Oh, interesting. Wow, this came down really quick. Came down fast. Since gold made a new high early in the day and now revisited that high, isn't it too risky to go long now? I think I'm aiming for this high right over here, 1586. That's basically the high I'm aiming for, right over here, 1586. So since this 15-minute candle closed bullish, it also closed with no wicks. Now when the candle closes with no wick, that basically means there's no range for the next candle to go up. But then when we look at it from a technical perspective, that we had a resistance here which was respected, like yesterday or Friday, and then that broke today after London Open. That broke today in New York. We revisited that area 1582. So now there's a higher chance, even though this kind of closed with no wick, there's a higher chance price may continue going up to 1586. But since that is around 20 pips away, and that's also at the very, very high, so we're not going to TP right at 1586. I'm probably going to TP around 1585, something like that, just before that area. But at the same time, you also need to make sure that you know exactly what you're risking, because if you don't know exactly what you're risking, you should not be taking the trade. So yesterday I told guys that, hey, listen, every trade is a good trade as long as you know exactly how much you're going to lose. So there's no bad trade or good trade, Thoughtful trade. Ooh, clean traffic, victory filled, bearish stops below 30 minutes stops. Well, 30-minute close, bearish stops about it. Yeah, it could work. The only thing I'd be concerned about this area right over here. Today feels like a little weird to me. I hope we can get more headlines for confirms of gold buys. Interesting. Gold also has a gap to fill. I hope Trump sleeps in today. Yeah, gold has a massive gap to fill.
Would that change your bias here at all, knowing that? Because we didn't mention that before.
No. Because if gold has a gap to fill, then you need this support to break, right? You need this support to break. So I mean, if I would be scared that it has a gap to fill, that's why I have a stop loss, right below that support. And then it needs to, oh wait, there's no gap over here. Okay, so I think this is the gap right over here, around here. From 1570 till 1576. So it needs to break below over here, then it needs to break below 1576, and then come down to fill the gap. So there are like technical levels gold has to break. So when it comes to trade management, now when I'm looking at the smaller time frames here, as the 5-minute comes below this minor support it has made, I'm going to look to exit my positions before it hits stop loss. But if it stays above that level, then I'm going to keep them in. Because now when you look at the 15-minute has created a small wick over here. And if we expect price to continue moving up, this low right here in the 15-minute, it should be respected. It should respect this low to continue moving up. So the whole idea is if the candles don't do what you expect them to do, then then you gotta get out of the trade, because candles are all what we see. Instead of closing position, why do you not use move stop to virtual close and let market decide? Yeah, the problem is I can't move my stop to break even because I'm not at break even. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah.
morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, dude? Good weekend?
Good weekend.
How did the courses go? Well?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Yeah, it was pretty good. We had a good good conversation.
Nice to see, man.
How's your weekend? Good?
Very good, mate. Yeah, a bit cold, actually. But apart
Cold?
from that, yeah, good. I met a couple of people in London from the group and stuff, which was nice. So,
Nice.
yeah, had a few drinks and, yeah, catch-ups. Nice, dude.
Man, out of all people, you guys shouldn't be complaining about cold.
Bruh, come on, man. Yeah, well, you guys get proper snow, to be fair. So
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's freezing.
It is pretty cold.
Freezing.
Damn. Yeah, so gold is right now running in profits here. Yeah, increased my lot size to 7. You know, so I was thinking, what if the first increase in lot size is going to be a loss?
Yeah, I don't know. When I do it, it normally happens.
All the time.
Yeah, when you increase the first trade you take, it's a loss.
Every time you increase the lot size, for some reason, market knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah, blame the market, definitely.
What up, Chris?
What up, man?
How you doing, man?
I've got your messages, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I've just seen it. I've just been on the phone.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing, Stefanos? So
Good,
your
man.
longs you tried to take yesterday?
Yeah, missed out on it.
Yeah.
Hit my, actually, I exited before I hit my stop loss.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, I'll be posting that tonight. GJ long, gold longs look good. I mean, I actually got the same exact entry.
We're gonna have a nice 30-minute close on gold, rakeel.
Yep.
I'm waiting for that one.
Yeah, I mean, it should continue going up. We got 6 minutes left for this to close. You know, if this 15-minute candle closes bullish with the low down over here, then that's a 30-minute low, and yeah, I should at least get to, like, you know, 1585.
Yeah, I didn't took this 15 because it didn't have like any top wick. You know, I'm the bud guy. So.
Yeah. Coronavirus.
Morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Whoa, that chart over there.
Anybody trading your USD? I'm pretty sure a lot of people trade your USD. You just gotta send your chart, man. Send your charts. Come on.
Rakeel, you ever get class?
Yes. Yeah, it was good.
Good time.
Yeah, it was good. We had a nice group. We have a nice small group, so you know it was pretty good.
Small is the best, right?
Yep. There's a lot more discussions that can happen, you know, when you have a small group, and like also because I've did big groups too. The problem with the big groups was that the timings go, like, you know, longer, because, like, you know, there are a lot more people, and a lot more people have like different understanding of the market and of like the general things. So
You can give each person more time.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Just waiting for gold to show me some love over here. Oh, nice. We're moving. Oh.
I was just going to say, I think it will.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good for it. Yeah, it's nice
Oh,
work, man.
nice. I'm securing 10 pips over here.
Yes, Monday.
Whoa.
Securing 10 pips, and I just put stops at break even, because if it keeps running, then that's awesome.
Good start to the week.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Rakeel. That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So on YouTube, if you guys took this trade and you guys profited, or if you guys like my balls over here, just hit a like to the stream. It helps the stream grow a lot.
I don't know, just tickled me when you said, "Not my balls."
Yeah, I was
You
like,
like my balls?
No homo.
No, when it came down, I was like, shit, I don't know. But I stuck to it.
Yeah, you're gonna
This
get
was
more.
like a 5-year-old.
I couldn't help it. I was like a little child.
Sometimes my wife hears us speak, and then sometimes she's like, "What the fuck do you guys talk about? What are you guys saying?"
Yeah. Yeah, it must be hard when you can't hear the other half of the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what?
Rakil's just like, so if you like my balls.
Can we still hop in the trade? No, well, I don't know. So listen, okay, so if you hop in the trade right now, you need to identify where your stop is going to be, right? So if you hop in the trade, I think your stop loss is going to be, for aggressive stop, is going to be right over here, right? But for a safe stop, it's going to be right over here. And this is the below the 30-minute candle, this one. So that's going to be your stop. And then your take profit is going to be somewhere over here, 1585.50. Safe take profit. So let's measure this now. If you enter now, your aggressive stop loss is around 12 pips, right? And then your safe stop is around 16, 17 pips. But your TP is around 13 pips, 13, 14 pips. So, you know, whenever you look at a trade, you need to identify where your stop is going to be. So before I took the trade, I identified my stop is going to be down over here. And then it's up to me wherever I enter, because my entry is going to dictate the size of my stop loss. You know? So you got to have
Okay.
a bias, and yeah.
You need to send a Zoom to TED to chat, dude.
I did.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
I did.
Sorry,
I
it's
did.
people asking, man. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know if they're looking correctly or not, but I did.
Okay, my bad.
Did you see all AUD pairs go to hell because of the coronavirus in Australia? No, I don't know. It's in China, man, coronavirus. Last I heard. Oh, my runner got stopped out.
Yeah, mine too.
Well, that was a good trade.
Yeah, man.
See, now the 30-minute has closed bullish, right? 30-minute has closed bullish. Now there's a high chance for gold to continue moving bullish, as long as it stays above, 1582.70, like the low of the previous 30-minute candle. Okay, what's this? Your GBP expecting for retest, expecting a drop after retest. Looks good.
Rakeel, would you ever re-enter? Like if your runner got stopped at, re-enter on the retracement, like it's doing right now?
No, because I already took my one trade.
Got it. That's what I
You,
figured.
yeah, so one of my rules is that if I'm going to take a winning trade, or if I take any trade, I'm not going to take another trade at least for an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because if I take a second entry, then I risk of losing the profits I made, and then I'm going to feel like shit, if it doesn't work out.
Yep.
Yeah, so conservation of capital is the key.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah, thank you. Someone's trying to sell GJ. Man, if you're going to try to sell GJ, you need to wait for candles to maybe, okay, so let's say if you look on 30-minute candle, I would say to sell GJ, you would need a break below 142,400 because then you have a clean move coming down. Because if you look at GJ right now, of course, like, it's creating some sort of a support here, then there's some more issues over here because, like, there was support farmed and this candle rejected this area. So a move below 142,500 is going to be clean. Oh, there we go. So now you see it broke below 142,500.
Nice work.
Yes.
So it can come down to the wick now. And your stop is going to be up over here. And then eventually come further down.
Yeah. You have to see it break that level, don't you?
Tap it.
Yep.
See here. Looking at 1 hour, seems like we stopped our run on gold. Looking on the 1 hour, I think the idea that gold has stopped its bullish run is false. I think that's false. Because for gold to stop its bullish run, man, it needs to break. Like, look at this. One bearish candle doesn't mean gold has stopped its bullish run. I mean, where do you guys get this idea from? Because look, okay, so this candle was bearish on gold. Did gold stop the bullish run? No, man, it went up. What about this one over here? Bearish candle, did gold stop its bullish run? No, man, it went up. So same thing's happening here. So for gold to continue moving up, again, you need to know the levels it needs to hold, right? So if you're looking at 30-minute here, as I talked about 6 times, that this is a support right here. Gold is not heading down if this support is held. Gold is not a sell anyway, man. Like maybe in like a short term, but overall it's just so bullish. Look at the weekend.
Yeah, weekly and daily. It's like, just don't play.
Yeah. Wow, look at that.
Especially when you're looking at the wicks to be filled and stuff. I just won't be going the opposite direction.
Yeah, for gold to go bearish, it needs to break below 1544, even for 1540. Oh, wow. Dropped. Man. See, this is why I don't overtrade anymore. As I was talking, gold is going to go up, it just drops. But gold does these liquidity grabs too. It digs down deep in zones and then continues up and down. Gold is a very volatile pair. I hope whoever's in GJ, they're aiming for this wick fill right here and then continue down to. Wait,
What?
relax, beta.
Kushi guy.
Beta Yasir, relax. I thought he's gonna start singing Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. Yeah, see, so now GG has broken below 142, 400. Now it's coming down for this wick over here. You know, if I didn't take the gold buys earlier, I would have taken these GJ sells. Do you ever use trend lines? No. What you see on my screen is what I use. Candles. I heard you were speaking Urdu. Where are you from? Canada, Pakistan. Why did you stop using trend lines? I never used trend lines. I think like long ago, once upon a time, I used trend lines for a little while, but then I stopped. Because for me, trend lines didn't make sense. Okay, I'll tell you why. Because, okay, so you can draw a trend line like this, right? Or you can kind of like change the trend line based on your preference. You know, maybe like this. Like some people do like this, oh yeah, we're doing a retest. I never understood trend lines because, you know, every time someone would draw a trend line, they would just kind of like change the trend line and draw it differently. And I would always say, man, you're just changing the trend line because price is moving, so you're adjusting the trend line angles. So then I stopped using trend lines. I'm like, man, this doesn't make sense. Man, looks like gold broke a lot of hearts over here. If someone's holding gold buys, man, oh wow, at least have a stop. Because gold can do deep retracements. Before this gap happened, you know, we were talking about gold looking at the weekly. So if you don't look at the weekly, if you imagine that this was a 30-minute time frame, and if you just look at this candle, it just made sense for the next candle to kind of like, you know, make a wick down and then make a move up like this, right? So if this was a 1 hour time frame, you would expect the candle to look like this. Like it hasn't really came down. So when I was looking at that move up, I was also thinking, man, what are the chances that maybe this weekly can come down to create a lower wick and then continue going up, you know? And maybe that lower wick could happen with the interest rates. Where is it? Yeah, right over here, like on Thursday, those interest rates. Because they'll keep the rates the same. They keep the rates the same, and then it depends on the monetary policy on how, like, you know, price is going to affect. No, not this, right here. Yeah, US. The press conference is then going to decide what's going to do. Because, like, if they keep the rates the same, markets is going to see that as good news. So initially, the fuck, man. So initially, gold will drop, and then later on, it's going to continue going up. That's what happened last 2-3 times. They've kept the rates the same, and gold dropped, USD went up, and then later on, price started to go up in gold. Because this is the initial shock to the market. Oh wow, what's this? Price drop sharply, expecting a pullback. Price can create a correction. Did you? So did you go in future and you saw price doing this? This guy also has a trend line for the future, man. Well, I don't know, man. You have a special crystal ball over there. Wow. Oh, nice. Yeah, we've seen this chart. Someone sent this chart before. Very nice. What does it mean when a bullish bearish candle have no wick? Does it mean any significance in your strategy? I've already talked about that. I don't secure profits on gold and got a break even. Most of my trades are break even. I think if you start taking profits, that was my biggest mistake. You know, price would go in profits and either they would hit at break even most of the times, or most of the times they would, from profits, they would come down to stop loss. So one major thing we were talking about yesterday in the boot camp was that when you have a take profit, sometimes your take profits are going to be aggressive and price is going to come to those take profits, but it's not going to touch it. And then you're going to get stubborn enough to say, okay, you know what, it has to tap my take profit. And then it's going to reverse, go back and draw down and hit your stop loss. You know, if that happens to you, you need to get in the habit of securing profits. Because trust me, man, you don't go broke by securing profits. You have to secure. I always secure profits. Like, people can say that, oh yeah, he only gets like 10 pips, 8 pips. Man, I've built my account from like 10-cent lots to like 7, 10. Like, you know, I've also used 50 last year just by securing 10 pips. All that took was time and trust in the process. Hi, Raja. Why aren't you trading XAU AUD? Because I don't trade AUD. Could you have a look at CAD CHF and give me your opinion? Umar Majid, I don't know if you can read the screen or you got a radio open there, but if you look on the screen, it says, don't say look at this or look at that. You need to post a chart. Man. You know, it's pretty scary when people cannot analyze a screen, text on the screen, and they think they'll be able to analyze a chart to make money. No, man. That's not how it works. Seriously, it's... You know, I promise I'm going to be nice in 2020, but I guess it's not going to happen.
I'm gonna leave it for 2021.
There's a long time left, mate. You can make up
Yeah,
for it.
I've tried my best. But...
Lasted all 2 weeks.
Raja, please explain the post with MT4 manager Lutando Jacobs. I think you should just Google stuff. Alright, what's this? Someone sent another chart here. Oh, Euro USD buy zone. Okay, looks good. So you're waiting for price to come down over here. I think you need a zone right over here too, before that TP, you know, and then there's another one over here. So let's see what happens. Oh, see how this is a zone right over here, 140 to 500. Now price needs to stay below that area for it to continue moving down on GJ. So if you don't use trend line, what do you use to predict the market? Candles. Seriously, candles. I just use candles to predict the market. Like, I mean, if this candle, you know, closes below 142,400, then looking left, there's a wick over here. Then looking left, there's another support over here. Then there's a higher chance for the next candle to maybe wick up and continue moving down. That's it. I mean, you're anticipating where the next candle is going to go. You're seriously just closing your eyes and you're anticipating how the next candle is going to form. And when that candle forms in that way, that's your profitable trade. You know, so looking on gold over here, the 30-minute candle, we expected it to respect this low and then continue moving bullish, right? That's what we expected. But then again, you know, it broke this low and continued moving down. It didn't happen. You know, so if that was your trade idea for today, and if you took a loss, then maybe, you know, you're done for the day. Because it's not about taking a loss or a win. It's about how many trade ideas are you going to execute on in one day. Right? So I stick to 1 to 2 trade ideas. And whenever I take a win or a loss, you know, and if I want to take a second trade, there's always a 1 hour time between the second trade.
Is that just based on the same chart or any chart?
Any chart.
So you, okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because I read was like what human psychology is that we normally need half an hour to an hour after a traumatic, like, you know, after a traumatic experience, right? You know, to die down, because like between that time, our emotions are still invested in that event. You know, so when you're making decisions based on money, you know, it's the same thing, because like making decisions on money are very emotional decisions, whether you're losing or winning.
Yeah, sensible. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I give myself that much time to, you know, let those emotions pass. I'll go grab coffee and look at charts and whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's a good idea, man. I never thought about that. Because there's times I've gone from like, I don't know, I've taken a trade on GJ, won, lost, whatever, and then, you know, within half an hour or something, I've found the same on something else. And I've took that, maybe rushing into it a bit.
Yeah. Ooh, gold is falling deep here. See now, when gold is falling down, you're so what candles do, candles constantly look left. You know, they constantly look left to see what their buddies did, you know, while price was moving up. So one level they see right over here, the 30-minute candle, it kind of came down and wicked around 1581.50. So maybe this could be an area where it might make a wick, or then you start looking further down and you see this whole zone right over here. Right, so candles are constantly looking left to see what their buddies did.
Yep. Yeah, I can't deal with it.
Oh, what's this? Waiting for resistance to be formed. Waiting for resistance. Yeah, perfect. This is a great idea. You're waiting for resistance to be formed. This looks good. Hey man, amateur sex videos, you need to change your name over there, because we're gonna keep on. Wow man, who is this guy?
You can block it, man, can't you? I think I can't do it.
What?
I can't. Who is him?
Name.
I haven't got the banner hammer power.
Yeah, I've got it. 1 second.
I do enjoy that in my group, to be fair, having the power. It's like, get out. It's pretty cool. Hey.
Oh, a keyboard filter. How do you do that?
Can filter bad words.
Wow, gold is dying down.
Yeah, taking a dump. Lovely, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, your special on Netflix was awesome. So funny.
On Netflix?
You have a show, Chris.
I didn't know how to show. What's this? Oh, yeah, no, I remember now. Yeah, good one, man. Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, he's pretty funny.
He's hilarious. Doesn't give a shit.
Which
Yeah,
show are we talking about, Chris?
It's a Ricky Gervais comedian dude.
Oh,
I think it's called Vanity on Netflix.
Yeah, it's got some strong views.
He just says whatever he wants.
Hey, Raja.
Hey,
You possibly see, just from like a kind of not as much technical standpoint, I guess both, but from a psychological standpoint, people want to fill this gap on gold. Do you see a 15-minute or possibly a 30-minute fake out and continuation down?
possibly not, because I haven't clued in gold going bearish. I haven't clued in gold going bearish.
Like if price stays below 1582.132, that minor support.
I know you'll have to send your chart.
All right, I'll send it.
Okay. Yeah, like, you know what you're trying to say, that this maybe this move down about 1583 was a fake out and now it's going to come down. Is that what you're?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't see sells on gold because my bias is just bullish. So psychologically, I'm just looking for buys. But from a logical standpoint, I mean, it did break below 1583. So then I guess the next move is going to be to figure out, okay, if it will come down to, let's say, 1577 or 1577.50, then you would know, okay, where your stop is going to be, which is going to be, I think, at 1584. Or if the next candle, like, you know, creates a resistance around 1583. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It makes a resistance over here.
Yeah, that's a lot. I'd be a lot more confident that happened on the 1 hour as opposed to just putting my stop above the current 15-minute candle if it closes where it is.
Oh yeah, those smaller time frames, man, they're too dirty. You know, even if the next 15 minute comes up here to create resistance, that would still make sense. But I guess the price action is much cleaner looking on the 1 hour.
I agree. Someone told me that the smaller time frames make up the higher time frames, though.
Yeah. Yeah, so then you can anticipate where the higher time frame is going to go, and then based on that, you can just see, okay, where you can place entries to see if you get confirmations on the 15-minute time frame. But for a safe stop, I think if you're looking for sells, your stop should be at least 1584.40. But then again, I need to see your chart to see where your levels are and where you're trying to take an entry and your stops. Euro USD. First break, take 50% and break even. Yeah, looks good. As long as it stays bearish, I think you're good. Hi, how to get rich quick by scalping Forex. I think the best way to get rich quick is by getting a job and then using your job to fund your trading habit. Like, you know how you have addicts, they fund their drug habits by getting jobs? That's what you should do with trading. Because for the first little while, you're going to lose money because you're trying to, like, you know, you're trying to understand the market. You're trying to see that, okay, which style suits you best, if you're over trading or not, you know. But then slowly you come to a steady cruise, and as we're going to steady cruise, Gigi is coming down here for our first wick fill, right over here. Someone sent a chart here. Let's take a look. All right, UJ. Anticipating a break on retail resistance. Can't break. Sell and write down. Yeah, I think you need to see bearish candles forming at this level. But then again, I'll say it's a small range, because if you look at the range here, that's like a 10-12 pip range.
I think if 1583 holds, we can go 1583 to 1586 today.
If we hold above 1583?
Yeah.
Oh.
So what I'm anticipating, so if you go back to the 30-minute there, or the 15-minute, I'm anticipating that this whole area here is somewhat of a zone. and this was the initial rejection. This will have a little bit more of a rejection, and then we start to get that bounce out. I think around the North American session, we might get that bounce a bit. And then as soon as we cross this area, we've got a lot of candle bodies here. And then we top out over here, and this is a rejection point. So I think we can come up to here, tap that, and then potentially bounce down or even drive through it. But I'm very wary of this right now because this is relatively early in the week, but this is our smoking gun. I assume we'll come back to fill that up this week. So that's my target. That was the best thing about this candle here, is it now created an upside target, because what ends up happening is everyone turns around and says, well, where can I buy to, or where's the top of the range? There's the top of your range that you're looking to hit. And then if you say that this area here is another liquidity area, we may have that bounce down into it a bit and then start to fly to push into that area here and then just hold at that point. So I'm watching to see if we can get buys above 1583. If we get confirmation, like if we get that candle, what I'm looking for is something like this. If we get something looking like that, that's what I'm looking to see at that point. Get that push.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Like with this move down, I saw this as maybe gold is doing one of those deep retests. But then again,
yeah, it makes sense just because of the fact that you're coming towards the North American session open. So an hour before, we usually get that huge pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue.
GJ also closed below 142.400, so now there's a high chance for it to continue moving down. 283 and then down to 230 and 200, and that prophecy will also be fulfilled.
The prophecies.
The prophecy.
Do I mainly use stop orders? Not really. But at this point, just because we're approaching that level, I'll look to see what's happening, and I may take a market order. Right? I don't want to put a stop order in and have it blow through like at like 759. That's why I'm watching that. Like that's something that you keep in mind, that you know, if you put a stop order in and it looks like it's going to get activated like at 7:55 or 7:59 just before the hour candle closes, doesn't make much sense, right? Because you may get a pullback, so you have to manage that accordingly.
See, now the 15-minute has broken the high of the previous 15-minute candle in gold, and it's inching towards 1583. If If it continues bullish, then this move down was a deep retest. So just gotta wait.
Yeah, it may be tough to take an entry at 1583 just because the hour candle's still heavy bearish. That's my only concern. Like the smaller time frames sort of give you an opportunity, but the higher time frames don't yet. I don't like the hour candle. I mean, technically the hour candle, I'd probably want to be taking buys at like 1584.40. Just for the hour candle to flip. So we may have an opportunity later. Yeah, the 1583 doesn't look too safe for me. Just because we're gonna come to the New York session, we might get a pullback again. So it's tough. I mean, if you take an entry on the smaller time frame, if you look at this time frame here, the next candle on the 15-minute or 30, like on the 15-minute, you're gonna get a bit of a pullback, right? Maybe you get something that looks like that, and then we continue to go up. But the problem is, once again, when you look at the 15-minute time frames, you have to be wary of the hour candle closing, because this push can be just a pullback for the last half hour of this move, and then we can continue down. So just be careful. So if you're taking entries right now, you're managing your stop loss. Your stop loss literally has to be over here. Like you can't afford to play right now because you're taking an early entry, and what you're assuming is that this area is going to hold, like that this support is going to hold, and we're just going to continue to go up. That's your assumption with this candle here because of the strength of the that bull movement and the rejection based over here. But the problem is your timing, right? You're coming close to North American Open, and this whole move may get pulled back at 8 a.m. and then you basically wasted an entry. So if you're looking for something quick, you have to be aware of when to close this trade off, and you're probably closing it around just before 8 o'clock. I would say around 7:55 or so. I mean, ideally that happens. I mean, maybe you get up to over here somewhere, and maybe you decide you want to hold the trade. But I'm just being cautious because of the fact that the North American Open could reset the move, and then we continue forward. So just be aware of that.
GJ is continuing over here.
Yeah, it just filled the wick.
Yes. Just filled the wick there.
Yeah.
Someone said, cheers, just taking a dab. Cheerios.
In it.
See now, 15 minutes rejecting that 1583. We're getting rejection. Candle's closing bullish, but it's closing below 1583. Let's put a line over here, 1583, right there. And now you have a visual aid. This visual aid will help you not get stuck in bad trades. Do you have a trade running? No, I had a GJ sell running, which I closed at like 6 pips. But other than that, nothing now. Oh, there goes gold. That area was rejected. Most times when you trade pairs like gold and GJ, sometimes they don't wait for candles to close once, like, they start rejecting a level and start moving. Then it all comes down to how willing you are to take on the risk. That's something you have to battle with when you trade volatile pairs. Is it a good sell now on gold? Well, before talking about sells, you need to identify where your stop is going to be. So your stop is going to be at, I'd say, 1583.70. But then you're looking at your downside as well here. This candle's also about to close in 15 minutes. GJ 15 minute, looking for buys. Do you have any recommendation for beginners? Which price action course do you suggest? I think if you go and take BCFX Area 61 course, that's going to help you a lot. But obviously I'm joking, so don't take it seriously.
I love people asking if it's a sell on gold now. Jeez.
Yeah, you have to wait for this candle, man.
That's what I keep saying to people.
Morning, Ted.
People just don't listen.
Yep.
I explained the whole scenario of what would happen.
Who is that fun guy in the upper right corner? Oh, he's our market maker. In the upper right corner, that's our market maker right there with the glasses on and the headphones on.
Yeah.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm
The
going
one
to
and only.
make some liquidity in a minute. Hold up.
You gonna make coffee or what?
Oh, I just did actually. So I think.
Oh man, you should have let us know.
I think that's that move on gold.
Oh, this is a very nice chart here. 30-minute support, 30-minute resistance. If breaks above 1.1028, target will be 1.1038. If it breaks below support again, close below target will be nice.
Oh, very good.
This is a very good analysis. Beautiful. Ooh, 15-minute close below 1583. Now it's increasing its chances to go lower. See now, if this 15-minute, it breaks the low of the previous 15-minute, then you can turn around and say, okay, yeah, gold is now rejecting 1583. Trading gold is like trying to catch a bird. I don't know if you guys have caught birds before, but we used to catch birds in Pakistan.
All the time in my youth. All the time.
what we used to do is we used to put a bucket upside down. We'd place like a stick underneath the bucket. We'd tie a thread with the stick. We'd put food underneath the bucket, so when the birds would come inside the bucket, we'd pull on the string and the bucket would just trap the birds, and then we'd catch them and we'd set them free.
I was gonna say, and then what did you do with them?
Oh, we set them free. Like
It's like fishing.
You didn't eat them?
sometimes if we caught quails, we'd eat them.
Uh-huh.
You know, but like small birds like sparrows and this and that, we just whatever, just let them go.
I see.
Will you be doing more simulator sessions? Yes. Okay, so yeah, 1583 is an important level, man. Price closing above or below it can make the entire difference. What's this? You think gold will drop from the fib level? Mark Carter. I don't have any fib levels drawn here, so I don't know where you see a fib level. And I think if you have a sell on gold and if you're in a drawdown, I think you need to know where your stop loss is going to be. Yeah, you know, having a stop level is really, really important. Because stop loss means you know where your threshold for pain is. Kevel center chart. Your JPY at 30 minute. Price generally is a downtrend, therefore looking for sells. This is previous support that could turn into resistance. Waiting for a bearish close on a 30-minute here to target at least the previous low. Yep, that looks good. So if you see a bearish candle, that would be a great idea to continue moving down.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. If we get a bearish candle, it's confident.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah, nice for you, man.
So what about buys? Let's say the candle closes above this 120, 130 here.
I'm not really a fan of buys until it gets above that upper zone that I've got marked.
Oh, okay.
Just EJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, EJ.
Yeah, looking at 4 hour, I'll be more looking for sells.
See, that's
Yeah,
good.
but
Because
see where the 4 hours stop. Sorry, Rakeel, go ahead.
no, you go ahead, please.
Nah, just finish. Just see how the 4 hour, where the 4 hour closed.
Mm-hmm.
I get previous 4 hour support, so I'm not very sure of shorts right now.
Yeah, I think it's good that, you know, when you come to the charts, you know exactly what your bias is, what you're looking for. And you're also now, so let's say if you're looking for sells, you know exactly what you're going to be looking for to execute on sells. But you also have the other side in mind that, okay, which level needs to hold for you to take sells. But once that level is broken, it's not like you're going to take buys, but you know that, okay, it's no longer sell once that level is broken.
Yeah, you know the opportunity's gone for at that time, innit?
Yeah, I think that's very important. Because sometimes what's going to happen is that guys are going to take sells, and once this level breaks up, they'll hold sells. Not realizing, okay, the opportunity is gone now. That's maybe where my stop loss should have been. See, you're still waiting for gold. So much time. Got 8 minutes left for this candle to close. 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, you can do a lot of things, man. You can go grab a coffee. Because, like, in trading, you get paid to wait. If you just wait, you get paid because you waited for price to come to your zone to take a trade, or you waited for price to, like, hit your take profit, or you waited for price to, just end some consolidation or whatever the case is. But you have to wait. The more you wait, the better you're going to see price forming things that you like the price to form, and then you can make profitable trades. See this now? 1583 is an important level. Even though the 15-minute closed below it, 15-minute is a weak confirmation time frame. 30-minute is a stronger confirmation time frame than the 15-minute. So if the 30-minute starts closing above 1583, then there's a higher chance price will continue up, and this move down was a deep liquidity grab. We gotta wait. Anyone else experiencing problems with MT4 app that sometimes it refreshes, logs? Yep, Lutando Jacobs, I think MT4 is outdated. You need to switch it up to MT5 because MT5 is a newer version and it's much better. It's like when you buy a car and the manufacturer says, okay, there's a recall for your car. Either you keep on driving it or you go and get the free recall. So either you keep using MT4 and keep getting logged out, or you get the free upgrade to MT5. Hi sir, I'm asked for signal in group chat. Kind send me signal here please. Okay, I'll give you a signal here. If you let this EJ finish a bearish candle, then you can sell it by having a stop above that candle and have a TP somewhere around 199, 119, 968 or 972. There you go.
Nice signal.
Yeah, that's a signal.
Very good signal. Thank you.
Now, if you get fucked, don't come here and crying. Period. Poop.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, wait.
I see a rejection on 5-minute and 15-minute from resistance. That is now support. With a 30-minute bullish close, I'd like to see the new R15 also rejected and then open a buy. Stop below the previous 15-minute low, TP above the next one. Nice. This is a good good analysis here. Very nice. That's a great analysis. See, this is the chart I like. Looking at this chart, I know this is a smart person and he knows what he's talking about. Oh wow. Look at that move happening.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if this flips for that hour.
Yeah. See, the 15 minute also broke the high of the previous 15 minute. So now there's a higher chance for it to close above 1583 and then continue moving up.
Hey, yeah, sorry, Roger. If you look on the 30-minute, I think it's actually a fake out.
Yeah.
It's like it's dripped into the previous zone to gain some legs.
Wow. Come on, gold. Push.
Moving now.
Push, you stupid. Come on. What about USD CAD? Will it keep going up? I think you need to send a chart. You need to. What's up with these questions, man? We're moving in 2020. If someone's new here on the stream, you need to send a chart. There's a introductory video in the description, and you need to watch that video, and you're gonna have a very good experience here in the stream.
Man,
I
the problem here is that
just closed
okay.
gold.
The problem here is the next 15 minutes, we may have another pullback towards 1582.60, somewhere there. So that's what I'm not taking that buy right now.
I just closed gold too.
Oh, nice.
I entered at
20,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you take it on this, like on the 5s, Ted?
Yeah, 5 and the 15.
Yes, yeah, I see. Yeah, sensible.
Yeah, once that 15 minute broke the high, it was like, that should continue going up.
Second 15-minute candle was the key there.
Yeah.
Hi Wix, I hope you remember me. Henry. I know 6 Henrys. Okay, what's this? Oh, someone is sending the same chart.
That hour candle now looks so weird on gold.
Yeah, that's all. I didn't know if that's just like a proper pullback to fly next, but
That one kind of looks like it pulled up its pants.
yeah, big time.
You know, went down, saw a flood, pulled up its pants. But now it's good. The 30 minutes closing above 1583, and now there's a high chance for it to continue moving up.
Yeah, but like Kerwin said, what's the pullback at 8 o'clock gonna look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're about 8 a.m. pullback, so.
Well, I think if we get a nice pullback right now, any sort of dip, I'm buying the hell out of it.
Are you looking longer term, Ted, this week now for that, or just from on today's perspective?
Well, I know tomorrow there'll be a huge pullback.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Today get what you can. Tomorrow it'll reverse, and then Wednesday, Thursday will continue moving.
Yeah, weekly hasn't got a bottom wick.
That's what was concerning me about taking bigger entries.
Oh, here we go. Here's the pullback. Perfect.
Yeah. There he goes.
Come on, keep pulling back.
That way, that's why it's important taking profits. You know, you can't expect those moves to continue going for a long time.
Well, it's especially right at the North American Open.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a gamble holding right at 8 a.m. It's easier to close and then look for a re-entry point.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this pulls all the way back, we might have a better opportunity.
It shouldn't pull back below 1583 if it's going to go up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm expecting a pullback 1582.50. More than likely from there, we're going to retrace all the way up. But, you know.
Well, the good thing is now you can put orders around 1583.85, like those pending orders. you can sort of set an alert for right over here. And as soon as this area here does this, it'll just spike up and it'll continue to here.
Exactly.
So that's the good thing. So if you miss the entry down over here to get up to here, now what you can do is look for an entry above here to continue up to here. So there's your trade idea.
That's a safe play.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's wait to see what happens. Put a pending order in.
All right.
5. All right. 1583.85. Put a buy stop in.
Oh, it's gonna get activated right away. In the next 5 minutes.
I'm hoping. If not, I'll move it down a bit if it doesn't get activated right away. Like if it drops a bit, I'm just hoping it doesn't tap and get hit hard. But it should be good. Oh, here it comes. Yeah, there we go. And my assumption on that is the last hour candle, with all that, with that huge pull up, that's enough orders now to drive this hour candle up.
Yeah, same as normal. It kind of pulls back in a previous zone.
Yeah,
grab some legs. I concur.
Got activated mine. Wow.
Yeah, and the target is 1586.
Yes.
Man, but if we cross 1585.50,
Yeah,
we're going 1590.
Right, so that was what I was just about to say. I can see where your targets are, but at that point, would you not consider that's probably more likely going to get up to 88, etc. at that point?
Yeah. But my initial target is going to be 1586, and then I'll evaluate. I mean, I already took one trade this morning, so this will be the second trade.
Yeah, of course.
So if because it might just shoot through, right? So the way the candle's moving, it just might punch through and then create a support over here. And if it does that, then you can probably put a stop here and just let it keep doing its thing on the way up.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
Because like I was saying last night, this move now is what happened last night during Asian session. Now the North American session is starting to take their piece of sort of what happened over the weekend.
Yeah, it's all kind of filtering in now, isn't it? Bit by bit.
Euro USD 30 minute. This chart is not a good chart. Someone sent a really good chart on Euro USD. So you look at this chart, Euro USD, and you look at this chart over here. Big difference. Over here and over here. Okay, Peter Ororo, GP USD 30 minute. I think you need to see a candle closing bearish here to have some confirmations that price is now going to continue to move down on GPUSD. Ooh, your JPY also closed bearish here. Nice. This prophecy should get filled too.
And my stop is at 1582.17. So just below the last 15-minute candle. So right about here.
Yeah, you went on. Yeah, I was gonna say I went on bodies that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about to pop up. It's looking good.
Oh wow, took GJ sells and didn't take profit in a drawdown of 13 pips. Damn. I think
Constantine,
coming on the
bless,
stream,
bro.
one thing you learn is taking profits.
Importance of market timing.
Yeah, man. Just give me 2 minutes and gold is gonna start flying. Trust.
Yeah, towards the 8:15 end, this 8:15 candle should push up right through that. That might
Yeah,
be the
man.
move, and then it might pull back a little bit in the next 15-minute candle, and around 8:25, we'll probably get the majority of this move. But
Amen.
seems like it's going right now.
Yeah, it just broke 15
Yes,
minute wick, so
Yeah, I think up to 85 dead would be a good first little bit, wouldn't it?
Sir.
That's right. Yeah, 1585 on the dot.
Yeah.
yeah, that's my first take profit.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
sir. I guess the dummy won again.
Oh wow, that was a deep pullback, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Did this last week a fair few times, so
It did, yeah.
it should be cool if it continued doing it this way because it's getting quite easy. Oh,
It's getting easy because we've seen gold do this a lot of times.
well, yeah. To be fair, it's probably because I keep watching it every day. It probably makes sense.
Yeah, indeed, man.
But it
Yeah, you
seems to
better
do
wait
very-
for that and then enter.
Oh yeah, it seemed to do very similar last week a fair few times.
Need it to pop up a little bit harder, and then we're good. Because this, if you look at the 30-minute candles, there's two candles that I'm watching right now. So these two candles right here should have mirror right over here. Once this goes a little bit higher, so this 30-minute candle should mirror that. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. So this area here should mirror. I'm hoping it should pop all the way up through. Gold is not really ranging right now in the 15-minute because this is the first 15-minute candle after this move out of here, and we're anticipating the move up to here. So that's what we're waiting on.
Shut up! He's the only song we're going to listen to, okay? I'm recording on only song we're going to listen to.
Yeah, it's lining up nice on 5 minute.
Yeah, we should be good. Once this 5-minute candle breaks up,
Yeah, if it
it should
flips
be a
up.
nice, yeah, it's already started to flip, so
Yeah.
it should be a nice pull all the way up.
And make the down wake, and now it should pop.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Which-
we'll get that 85 now.
Yeah, it should. Taking half at 85.
there it goes.
Yay.
Yeah, so if you're in this trade now and you took it right at 8 a.m. open, you should be looking to secure profits at this point.
Okay,
Should be
thanks,
up.
Ted.
8 or 9 pips should be an easy win with no drawdown. If you're looking at the higher time frames, the hour candle, your target on the hourly should be at 1585.50. That's your target on the hourly.
Now, Ted, it's time for closing 75 standards and let 25 run.
Damn straight.
Yeah, man. Let it run, Ted. Trust. 1590 today.
Okay,
Let's go.
Oh, thanks, Ted.
no problem.
Yeah, man, thanks.
You
Just
give
doing my
the
job.
stop loss.
That's it.
You give the entry.
Thanks, brother.
No problem.
Thanks, Raja. Thanks, Ted.
All right, guys.
God
take
bless
care.
you. God bless you.
God bless everybody.
It's okay, we're done.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's been a good day.
I mean, we already took the easy part of the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, your stop loss should be in profits now. There's no reason why you should lose this trade. If it pulls back to break even, so be it. But at this point, you could have profited 9-10 pips.
Ooh, just as I
Oh,
close the top.
Yeah, this is the right before the 15-minute pullback. So, but if you're holding, the hour candle should push. But once again, you should not take a loss here. There should be no losing trade at this point, and don't let greed take over. Just because you think 1590 or whatever it is, no. Think logically.
Yeah, we're going stages. It's not just going to.
That's right.
Spank a massive, huge candle. It jumped back a bit when I closed mine, which was a bit annoying. So I got 8. I was like, but still, it's awesome. It's a good day. I think I'll probably go hit my break even. I think in a minute.
Yeah, I got out of break even.
Yeah, so. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, now this is your opportunity, if you're going to take this trade again, is place a buy stop in this area here, and your next 15-minute candle or 30-minute candle will probably pull up, and then do that to fill.
Yeah, for that mirror you were saying.
That's
I liked it. I like that.
So if you missed the first entry, now you can sit back and just take an entry over here, and you should be good. Because for the most part, I don't believe that this candle is gonna drop. But once again, if you were in the trade earlier, you should have closed with profits. But if you're holding still, that's fine.
Yeah.
Especially when you're looking at that hour, because the orders need to move a lot further than that.
Yeah, the hour candle, I assume 8:45 or so, there's gonna be a huge move. Like that's usually what happens. If you the way gold and GJ move, the first half hour usually sets up the candle, and then the last half hour usually get like a hard move for the most part. It doesn't mean that you can't get in the candle like in the beginning half hour, but just be aware that there's going to be a lot of movement in the candle in the first half hour to set everything up to get that move. So you just have to be very cautious. That's why you can take profits with gold as like when you get 7, 8, 9 pips, you should be doing that. Because now if you're gonna hold, you might go into a drawdown in a bit and then pull around, right?
Yeah, get stuck in a range. That's not cool.
So just be aware gold acts like that. So when it does that impulse move of 7, 8, 9 pips, that's usually a good move for one 15-minute candle or one 30-minute candle. Take advantage of that because you've basically got no drawdown at that point. What price was your entry to backtest? Well, you can watch the replay because I gave the entry and the stop loss and the take profit point. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, and keep in mind too, so there was a question here, 7 or 9 pips in gold is a good move. Yeah, it's a very good move. Because think about it this way, that move happened in less than a 15-minute candle. So you had a great opportunity to secure your daily trade in less than 15 minutes with no drawdown. So when you're thinking about the process, and this is what people tend to forget, is when you think about the process, your process is to try and do the most optimal trade. And in that time frame, you had the most optimal trade. You got 9 pips in one 15-minute candle, basically, or 2 5-minute candles. You had no drawdown, and you were totally calm in executing that trade. So when you think about that, that's the kind of trades you want to be taking every single day. And as you take more of those trades, you just keep compounding as you continue to move up. Everything was explained on the stream, so if you need to, go back and watch the replay. And we talked about where your entry points would be, why you're taking an entry, where you're closing before the New York Open, where you're taking an entry after the New York Open, why we're taking the entry, what's the relevance of the entry, where we're targeting, why we're targeting. All that stuff was explained. You can go back and watch that 10 or 12 times and apply that to your charts and modify it based on your comfort level as well.
GJ still looks like doing a retest at 142.400 to continue moving.
Yeah, I think we're gonna drop to
Yeah, for the wick fill.
117.
1 hour wick fill, no?
Yep.
Yep. 1 hour wick fill.
Wick fill.
Who's kidding?
Starting them young. God damn.
Wick fill.
I mean, because that hourly broke the low of the previous 4 hours, so I think we should head down a little deeper.
Oh wow, look at that gold move, man. So important to take profits.
Did we not say no?
Wow.
Just ruined everybody.
Yeah, I was explained to.
Yeah.
Should be a good time for the second half of the hour, though.
Yeah. We said your entry would be above that level there.
So that top wick on a 30-minute actually makes it look like it's rejecting for a nice push to the downside if it closes below.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting though. The only caution I have there is that our candle pulled all the way back, and to me that looked more of a rejection, and then this is tapping back into the zone to grab liquidity again to fly back up. So the first 10 minutes or first 15 minutes of the North American Open, we caught the overlap of that hour candle pushing, and now we're getting the actual pullback in the North American session to then pull right back up again later on.
But do you reckon if this one closes where it is now or a little bit lower?
You would need a stronger close, I think, on the 30-minute for it to be 100% a drop.
Yeah, it needs to go below them others, below the bullish one, I think, at least.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if we're close below the open of that bullish candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what you're looking at is this area here. As an example, this once again, this is from what we were looking at earlier. We could tap into that at any. We can go right down into it deep and then rip right back up. You know, as an example, the futures right now are taking a heavy beating. So the market's reacting to that. So this dip makes sense to grab orders to continue going up. So I think at any point, if you're looking to take entries, you can start moving your buy stop. Like your buy stop would have been above here. You can probably start to move your buy stop a little bit lower, and then anticipate that this candle isn't going to drop much further, and we'll have a pull further up, especially for the New York Open. So the New York Stock Exchange Open, I think we're going to have a nice move up at that point. Because I can't see that gold is just going to rally down all the way to here with the amount of negative futures right now, the way the futures market is.
Yeah, unless Trump tweets.
Yeah. So I can see that this is a pullback right now. The 8 o'clock hour will be a huge fake out. Or towards the end of the 8 o'clock hour, you'll have a pullback up, and it'll just be a random pull up. Like the next 15-minute candle just blast up for some reason.
Yep.
So we just got to be patient if you want to take another entry. It's all up to how you want to trade.
At this point, would you move your, if you were taking more entries, would you move your buy stop down?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I'd move it to 1582, 1583.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm not making no more today, too far after
Right.
but I was just wondering if that would be an option. Because I was thinking the same, like you were saying, towards the end of the hour, if you do get that big hefty push after all this kind of consolidates and then just breaks out, that could well work out pretty well.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it this way: on the hour candle. So if we think logically, the hour candle had a massive rejection, right? So the hour candle basically created this liquidity area here around 50, like this liquidity area here. So this is your hour liquidity area. It's going to be very difficult for it to break that down, because all that happened is basically we tapped into this one right here. But when you think about it, if we go through a logical thought process, this is what we're sort of looking at right now. So you had this, and we should have something over here, and then that will break up there. So you're this is, you know, consolidation, break up, consolidation, break up. So that's what we should be looking at. So we'll just wait to see if this candle flips. I mean, it looks really bad right now, but gold has been known just to pull all the way back. I mean, you saw the last hour candle.
Yeah, man, for sure. And that was in like literally the last 8 minutes or something.
That's exactly it. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if this candle dips down hard, this one right here creates a bottom wick, and then what you might find is this whole thing flips, and then we start to do this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, no one should be looking for sells at this point. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'd be very careful.
Yeah, be very, very careful with sells if you're doing that. This is just a minor rip. 10 or 15 pips on gold in a counter trend is very, very easily attainable. So just be aware. That's all.
EJ on the 30-minute broke the high previous candle, so that trade's invalidated for me.
Just looking at exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't enter because I didn't like the 30-minute was a very weak close, and so I was waiting for a push below the low that black candle made.
Yeah, without
it did a small one, but it didn't do like as big as I wanted. And I didn't enter, and it looks like it was a good thing too.
Yeah, if you're not comfy, mate, makes sense.
Yeah, that's good.
Did we not talk about this morning about potentially getting up to this level for some reason? I can't remember now. I think we did.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about.
Yeah, I think it was.
Thinking that could be a retest.
That's correct. And if it didn't, then we'd continue. Yeah, that was the two options, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. GD's turned in a little bit too.
Just looks like a bit of a mess at the moment.
Yeah.
Henry needs to bomb baby pips.
Oh, they don't.
So 30-minute candle of gold floats about a wick to the downside.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, gold. It's gonna rip down.
And then, yeah.
In like 15 minutes or whatever, I'll just pull all the way back up.
Yeah, it's gonna do something.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
I'm glad we made our chances. I'm glad we've done what we did.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, once again, so there's a question here. How do you differentiate between liquidity area and wicks to be filled? Well, wicks get filled in momentum, and a liquidity area is where we have massive rejection. The thing with gold, once again, and this is a fundamental thing, is you have to understand gold is a safe haven. So during market instability or any sort of global political events that can cause instability, gold will always rally and be bullish. So these pullbacks with gold, once again, as I explained about 10,000 times over the last year on this stream, these are normal pullbacks because think logically, the North American session just opened. So do institutions want to have positions at 1586 or do they want to have positions at 1582, right? The North American session only opened 30 minutes ago. So you have to allow market or the players to enter the market. They're all entering the market at the same time. That drives price. So these pullbacks where you think gold is going to be a sell down to like 1400 or whatever magical number you think of, logically don't make any sense. Think about it. Why do we want to sell right now? You want to sell at the top, you want to buy at the bottom. And this is where people have to start learning the objective and logic of the market instead of just looking at like random candle patterns saying, oh, the candle's going down, so it must be a sell. You have to think deeper than that. You have to understand what your opponent is doing and why is your opponent doing that. It's similar to what we said before the 8 o'clock hour, where the 8 o'clock hour push or the 7 a.m. hour pushed up and created that rejection area. We closed before 8 o'clock. Why? Because then there could be a massive correction once again, which we just saw in the last half hour candle, to say, hey, you know what? We want to get that price too to now start the North American session and rally through. On top of that, look at the way the futures market is trading right now with gold, with the equity market. The equity market is in a down position right now. There's instability. The equity market, the futures market is in the red. So it's the North American stock market, so the New York stock market is gonna open in a negative and it's gonna start to drop. So that's gonna rally gold as well. So you have to understand these concepts and you have to get your head out of the clouds thinking that, oh, this is a top, this is a bottom. Think logically through. There's gonna be positions where gold's gonna drop 5, 10, 15, 20 pips and you're gonna be like, oh, is it a sell? It's not a sell, it's the market just adjusting to get ready to rally further. You don't take positions on those impulse moves. You take positions on the overall move. You look to grab positions as we pull back, unless there is information to support the strengthening of the US dollar. And that's where you use Google and you Google information and you look at the current situation with the US dollar. Is there information giving us strength or giving us weakness at this point? So you have to do all that work. You can't just turn around and say, hey, this is going to happen because of this, or that's going to happen because of that, or this is a sell because this 15-minute candle went bearish. That's the dumbest thing you can do. And if you took a sell on that 15-minute candle, now you're going back up to break even because we're resuming trend. That's the biggest thing that you have to realize. We just spoke about this and you can see exactly what's happened. This area here is being rejected again. So everyone that decided to take sells over here just got punished because they didn't go through the logical deduction of this area is rejecting, so these orders have to go somewhere, and where are they going? You could have taken a sell, great. If you take a sell, but you have to also know where to exit. Okay, you have to understand where to exit. If you're going to take those quick impulse moves, you have to learn to get your exit out quick. Ted, how and where do you get the information on red market, equity market? Well, you Google futures market, and all that stuff shows up on Google. It's very, very easy. And it's something we've talked about all the time on the stream. And it's something that you have to learn on your own as a trader. If you're going to trade gold, you have to know what influences gold. Everything that you're trading, you need to understand what factors influence that pair from a political standpoint, from an economic standpoint, from a world standpoint. You have to do that homework. And this is the reason why we tell everybody to stay in school, because school teaches you all this information when you're there. You don't have to go search for it on Google. Now you're trying to learn how to trade and you've dropped out of school or university or whatever because you said it wasn't for you. Now you're stuck learning all this stuff that you would have learned in school and you would have got a degree for it. It's just pretty silly to be honest with you. I mean, take a degree in economics, you can apply that economics degree to trading and you could actually probably get a different job in economics as well and you become an economist. But the thing is, people don't want to stay in school because they think school's stupid. Well, now you're having to learn everything on your own and you don't even know where to start. When if you take an economics class, the economics teacher teaches you this and tells you where to go and gives you actually more information than I ever would because I'm not an economics professor. It's just very, very simple. But I mean, it is what it is. People are entitled to do what they want to do. I have a degree in finance and law. I would never learn to do something without education behind it. That's like me going to the auto mechanic shop and trying to do a transmission fluid flush just by having someone else teach it to me by showing me, oh, just unscrew this bolt, put this fluid here and screw this bolt on. Yeah, what happens when a different car shows up? What happens when the transmission fluid's in another area? What happens when the bolt's jammed? Like all these variables that you don't learn through someone just showing you one time. And that's the reason why education is very important, because you learn theory and you learn logic so that you can apply that information and say, hey, I remember the last time the bolt got jammed. I shouldn't try and strip the bolt by taking an impact gun to it. Maybe I have to put some, lubricant on the bolt to loosen it up before I use my impact gun. Stuff like that, right? It's very important that you understand sort of the markets and what they do, but having a background in finance or economics helps you tremendously. And like I said, I mean, you're already in school anyways. Take something you enjoy. You know, you're going to be making millions of dollars trading. Take accounting so that you know how to do it. So you know how to do accounting for yourself. Like everyone messages me, oh, what accountant do you speak to? How do you do taxes in Forex? Go do tax accounting in school, and then you'll learn about how to do your Forex tax accounting, and you'll be able to save yourself money, and you'll be able to charge everybody else because you know where the gap is in Forex trading. People don't know anything about taxes. You can be the tax expert for Forex. Like there's so many opportunities for you to make money in the industry other than trading. I mean, if I was young and I was in school right now, I take accounting or economics, become a fundamentals expert and become a tax expert for Forex and help people save money on taxes and Forex and teach people how to, build corporations, move money around and do all that stuff to help people and pay and have people pay you $50, $100 an hour for that advice. Like it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Well, EJ didn't go down, went up, and yeah, it seems like now we're ranging.
Yep.
I think EJ could maybe fill that gap on the 4 hour. There's a gold and EJ run against each other. If you look at the 30-minute and the 15 on gold, you'll see it kind of made like a wick into that resistance.
Philip, it seems like you're speaking in a phone, and that phone is connected to a speaker.
No, I mean, it's my headset.
Oh, all the way from Kiwi in it.
Yeah, man. That's the UK though, because you've been talking to Anish.
Oh yeah, that's true.
How was the boot camp?
Oh, the weekend was pretty good. Pretty good, pretty quiet, pretty busy, really.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty busy. It was doing busy with the boot camps, and then had to test out all the keys before sending them out.
Ooh. How many did you send out?
Can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you had like 100 plus, that would suck in every single one.
Yeah, I really can't say. Yeah, it's quiet. It's a quiet day. I mean,
Monday,
the moves.
man.
Yeah, the moves happen before, like small, tight moves, and that's about it.
Yeah, there's nothing really in the news going on either today. It's very quiet.
Yep. Also, like I was looking at gold before, and we might just see gold range between 1577 and 1582, because there's FOMC. There's FOMC on Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday, yeah. Thursday's
And
big
then
GBP
FMA
day.
coming up as well this week. The unemployment in the US.
Yes, next week I think.
No, it's this week.
NFP.
Yes, yeah. Yes, this. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's
Yeah, it's next week.
it's next week.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. We're at day 8, so.
Man, Philip, I hope you rewatch the recap, and then you'll know what your mic sounds like.
Okay. I'll see if I can get a better one.
I just realised why it's quiet. Your boy Mac's not here, is he?
Yeah, Mac, my friend, is not here. Because he knows it's a Monday, it's pretty quiet.
Man.
I study finance, and most professors think you can't make abnormal returns consistently. Yeah, like it depends on what type of investment vehicle you choose to make return.
Yeah, and to that point too, I mean, they're looking at hedge funds and large institutions. Once you get to a certain amount of money as a money manager, your decisions impact the market. So yeah, you're not going to be able to get those abnormal returns. But anybody that has, like a 5-figure account, 6 or 7-figure account, you can still do what they consider abnormal returns because of the fact that you're not impacting the market. So you can go in there. Think about it this way. If you were going to take a drink of water out of a river and the river was huge and you just put your water bottle or, you know, like your cup into the water, you could fill up your whole entire cup and you would not impact the way that river moved. Now think about it this way. What if you built a dam because you wanted the water to go into a giant well or a giant barrel? You would then impact the flow of that water and you would get all the water while no one else would get it. That's the same with the markets. The more assets you have in the market or the more decisions you're making with the larger amount of funds, the more you're going to impact the market, right? Because think about it this way. The Forex market, the equity market are what they call auction markets, okay? So what does an auction market mean? That there has to be an opposing order for you to complete your order. So if I put a buy into the market, there has to be a seller. At a certain point, if you're putting 2, 5, 10, 15, 20 billion dollars of buy orders into the market, you're not going to get the price that you want because now the market's flooded with all those orders and people are looking at that going, why are you buying $10 billion or $15 billion of that share or that equity? What do you know that we don't know? So what do people do then? Well, we're going to hedge that and we're going to bid it lower. And so you're not going to get the entry that you expect. It's going to cost you more because now you've created I don't want to say a panic, but you've created a question in the market. Why has this fund decided to purchase that many orders? It's the reason why when you look at large institutions, they use dark pools of money. Dark pools of money are different funds or different institutions outside of the current institution, allowing them to purchase orders on their behalf. So what it looks like is not one big conglomerate is purchasing orders, it's many different institutions. So nobody really knows who exactly is purchasing all those orders. These are things that you learn in finance class. So people that didn't take finance, you learn about this information in finance class. So if you want, you can Google finance classes for free, economics classes for free, and you'll learn about what an auction market is. These are little things that are insignificant as you trade, but the fact that you keep in the back of your head, it allows you to process information a little bit better, and you're able to understand why the market's doing certain things or why orders are being pushed in a certain direction. Now we know Ted watches black box trading. Well, no, I mean, black box trading is very, very good. I don't necessarily watch them. I just knew that from my own information. I think black box trading is very good at what he does.
Is this one any better?
Yeah, it looks good. Sounds good.
Cool. Took me ages to find it.
I've been trading for 5 years. I never more than 60,000 in my account on average. Oh, nice. That's pretty good. 12% each month. That's really good.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's very impressive. I wouldn't mind that myself.
What's this? Support and trend line being respected. 68.8 fib level. First TP. Oh, nice.
And still it's making love to the keyboard.
Waiting for the 1 hour candle to close before I strike. Man, most YouTubers I watch completely skip the economics of Forex. Yes. 100% plus per month is just unrealistic. Yes. I think it's unrealistic consistently. Consistently, you can't do 100% a month.
It's about having realistic targets, man.
Yeah, I'm probably going to leave in like 5 minutes. At 9 a.m. probably going to just bounce.
Are you gym today?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I'm feeling these pains in my elbows for some reason.
You were saying that before. You need to get some tablets, man.
That sounds like tennis elbow.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the stress from the ligaments from lifting.
Ah.
That's
all that typing.
It's the same thing with your knees. It happens with your knees too when you do squats. Like,
Just stop lifting Sean Lee weight then. pumping those 40 kg dumbbells for a long time. Collagen. Yeah, I think I just need to take some fish oil and it's going to be good.
Yes, I think fish oil's the one in it. I think
fish oil and drink some milk.
Drink some milk. That'll give you good teeth.
I'm not going outside. There's too much that coronavirus going around.
Yeah, fucking damn.
Oh man, we just got 1,000 people from China here in New Zealand. We're not checking. They're not screening anyone.
Yeah, I'll be staying in. I'll definitely be staying in.
We have a colleague that works in China. Well, they live here, but just went back to China for the Chinese New Year thing. And she'll be back with that coronavirus.
You could also just be getting old, dude.
Grandpa rather. I like that. Got a good ring to it.
Alright guys, I'm gonna bounce.
Alright man, take care.
Take care, man.
Yeah, man.
Have fun.
I just ordered a new projector as well.
A new one?
Yeah, a new one. Because the one I ordered, the one I had was its resolution was 800 by 600.
Ah, okay, yeah. I had one a little while ago for gaming, and I got the wrong version. I just swapped it actually at the shop.
This new one is 1280 by 900.
Yeah, decent. What make is that? Is that an Epson?
ViewSonic.
ViewSonic. Yeah.
But you bought it on Amazon or something like that?
Amazon, yeah.
One's theme scene or something.
Yeah.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, it's for around like $500. The hotel, like where I host the meetings, they told me that for them to give me a projector, it's going to cost me $250 a day.
No.
And I was like, what?
What? You can get a new one.
$250? I'm like, I'll just go buy one.
That's madness.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, remember Samson, you were there, right?
Yeah, bro, that lady was crazy.
That lady was on crack, man.
Oh shit.
We were in Chicago, we were doing the class, and like I already paid for everything in that, you know, and then she comes in, she's like, so you owe $3,900 more. I'm like, what? For what? $3,900?
That's mad.
Are you stupid?
There was 3 screens, and she wanted like each screen different amount of money.
$750 a day for each screen. I'm like, whoa, hold on.
That's madness.
I told her, you know, I can just buy a screen, right? Man, the hotels, they try to hustle you for every little thing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Then the funniest thing was, then she asked, so are you guys going to use the electricity ports? And I'm like, is there a charge for that?
Are you going to breathe air? Are you going to breathe
like,
the air?
She's like, yeah, it's $50 per person per day. I'm like, whoa.
What? $50 per person?
Per day.
Wow.
Just go rent a hotel room.
That's it. Yeah, it's still all in there. Damn it. Start charging you for the air you breathe next. That's mad.
Yeah, it was just stupid. So I looked her in the eye. I'm like, listen, Lucy, this is not going to work out. You know that, right? She looks at me. She's like, and she looks at the bill. She's like, I know. Then just go figure something out, Lucy. It's not going to work. Then Lucy figured something out.
One of the guys in the group just disconnected the wires and set it up, and like he already had it working.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that. I'm not going to use it anymore.
I'm not paying for that.
Tell us, man. What was that?
You guys see a 1 hour fake out?
Yep. Yeah, like the price is closing below 1583, so it just makes sense now for it to come down to, you know, the next zone, which is 1578.
You don't consider that minor resistance that was formed within the range? A little lower.
I don't know which level you're talking about.
On 30 minutes, I think, maybe.
Glenn, you know, one thing's going to be better if you send your chart.
You're right. Sorry, I'm at work.
Oh, okay. Which price level is that you were talking about? Minor resistance. Ajmal Hussain, 75% a month is realistic. Good luck. Good luck with that.
You can check my account.
Actually,
Okay, what's going on here? I think a good percentage is, yeah, someone said it right, 2% average a day is realistic. It's realistic. I would still say, 5% a week is realistic, 10% a month is realistic, 15% a month is realistic. When I first started, I had the same views. I would say, oh yeah, 100% a month is 100% realistic. But then that quickly changed over time. Mr. Raja, there is your partner which is delivering a lecture on finance and economics. Would you please tell the name of that nice guy? What? Who's delivering?
I think you meant me.
Oh,
Nice.
that nice guy.
I'm the nice guy.
Bad person. He's a bad person. Trust me. This is my uncle, and his name is Ted. Uncle Ted. Google it.
Google him.
That's some bright colours.
Done. Yeah.
Gold pushes it definitely. The quarry on gold looks really nice with it. We touched it to that support.
Yeah.
This might be the money shot.
That's right.
Raja, I'm sorry. I took an early sell on GJ, man. I'm looking
Yeah,
for
I'm on GJ
142, bro.
Where do you take that on the previous candle?
Well, that entry, I took that entry on based on the 5 minutes. I saw I saw the first 5 minute rejection, bearish candle. I saw rejection, and then the preview, the next candle broke all the way down.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
142.41. So I took my entry on the retest.
Yeah, sensible.
142.40.
What's your target, Kerwin?
142 flat. Basically.
Whoa.
It's a big target though.
I think that's
but trust, the way GJ is behaving, it's going all the way down.
Yeah, GJ looks pretty bearish here.
Yeah,
I'm going to agree with that.
Yeah, I'm going for the 1 hour wick fill.
Because what happened is a market open. We open with this huge gap. We almost closed that gap on my broker. The gap is almost closed, and I had rejection to that area. So I'm going to start looking for sales.
Karen, this is the level we spoke about before, under the daily support, the old daily support.
Yeah, man.
Wick to the left on the 4 hour. Yeah, man. I was looking at that this morning.
To hold these sales, I'm gonna need this 15-minute candle close bearish near to where it is right now, 142, 300, somewhere there. And then next candle should break that previous support, 142, 209.
Yeah, when them wicks are, I'll see.
Hi everyone, how's everybody doing today?
Oh, hey, how's it going, David?
Oh, hello.
Hey, David.
Hey, David. What's the matter?
Good. Just watching you guys here trade the Forex and the gold. Ted, man, everything you said was just spot on. I mean, education is key, and looking at fundamentals, politics, and economics is just where to be. So I just want to remind everybody that at 11:30 Eastern time, we're going to have a introductory to futures course, understanding where the futures market is, so you can actually compare to what the spot market's doing and what Forex some pairs are doing. So if anybody wants to come on to that course, you're more than welcome. It's 100% free. Just join us. We'd be happy to have you.
Nice. And where would it be held on?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say.
Yeah, what's the address?
Yeah, if you go to register.
Oh, we lost you.
I missed that.
We lost you there.
Type it in the thingy.
Yeah, if you go to Majestic majestictrading.com.
Majestictrading.com.
Register.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
no, my mistake. app.majestictrading.com. There you go.
yeah. I think if you just post the link, it's gonna be much better.
Mhm.
Can't seem to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll put it on the let's see. Just trading. Oh, my bad.
Majesticpeaktrading.com.
Yeah.
Peak Trading. So this is going to be an introductory futures course here.
We're going to talk about what futures is, why they trade futures. Yeah, so just register. It's a free registration, and then once you register, just sign up for our free plan that we have on there, and then you'll have all the videos that we have on there and how we explain the market futures and so forth. You'll also be able to download, if you go to the trial one. You'll also be able to download our platform from here as well. If you want to test it out and have a demo account, it's also a possibility. So, yeah, just join us. It's also going to be on Facebook, on Facebook Live. Just go to Facebook and look for Pilot Traders and look for Majestic Peak as well. It'll be there. But yeah, it'll be 11:30 Eastern time, and we'll explain. And it's, if you trade Forex, if you trade gold, exactly what Ted said, you got to understand what everything else is doing. Why the futures? Why the open in New York? If it's opening up negative, what's it possibly going to happen to commodities, right? It's super important. Fundamentals are key. Understanding what you're doing is super, super important. Do we accept Canadians? What does that mean? What does that mean? Of course, we accept everyone. But,
yeah, what happened over there? Okay, so 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 11:30 a.m. Eastern.
11:30 a.m. Eastern. So we're gonna go over here, app, Majestic Peak Trading, and then create an account. Okay, so it's going. Perfect.
Kerwin, I got out of break even, man.
Yeah, I was just looking at that, man.
All right.
Yeah, the GJ.
Yeah, my stop loss hasn't got hit. My stop loss is 142.55.
I was hoping it would drop till 1 hour Wakefield, but
yeah, the whole thing is you just have a pullback based on the 5 minutes. Like I said before, I'm expecting this 15-minute candle close bearish and near to 142.300. So I'm expecting the next 5 minutes not to break the 142.50.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it got to there, you might see that previous 30-minute candle as not really doing.
Kervin's answer, his answer to everything is.
But that's right. That's right.
No, man, because you gotta consider a lot of time frames. You gotta consider 30-minute candle close bearish, so you have that reaction to the 142.500. So that's telling me we're not going all the way up right now. So more than likely, if gold and Jan is gaining strength, so more than likely GJ is gonna continue dropping. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Hey, Kerwin, do you want to have sex tonight?
My son says the same. You always say, said, can I play in the PS4? Mm-hmm. Can you give me $10? Yeah. So
watch gold.
Yeah. This is gonna be the money shot.
It's just kind of on that ranging area.
Yeah, we got a breakout of 1483, and we should be good. But it seems like we got a strong consolidation.
It's just that level on the 4 hour looks good. So
yeah.
You know, Kerwin, what I don't like is that it dropped till that wick zones on the 15, and it just went all back.
Yeah, that's true.
Why I moved to break even, because it should have dropped at least to 33, 31, and it didn't. Just went straight back. That's what I don't like.
Makes sense. I think you're good.
No, I got out of break even, man.
No, like I said, you're good. You did good not holding this up for a long time.
Yeah, maybe it turns on the next 15-minute candle. You never know.
Liquidity area and everything, but to then take the sell. I understand what Ted's saying. I'm just trying to figure out more. If you have anything else.
I have 1 minute for this candle to close bearish, then 15-minute candle. Let's see.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Gold just ripped right back down.
Just looked.
Oh, wow.
It looks like good for that wick actually.
It's taking souls.
It just took a whole bunch of souls.
Don't come here crying, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so basically, don't take any orders unless we get a strong close above this level, because it's just going to destroy you.
See, Kerwin, the 15-minute close very. Sorry, Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's funny. Shut up, man.
Shut up, man.
The 15-minute candle now on gold looks like it's gonna rocket.
Yeah, I think this is the money shot, man. Now,
yeah,
I think it really is. It's getting
that
close.
was like a random pullback of like of 10 pips and then fly up in 1 minute.
Yep.
1 minute fly up 10 pips.
There
it
go.
goes.
Yeah, man, it's coming.
Yeah, trust.
Yeah. Keep in mind it's only Monday. There's no point of killing yourself for a Monday trade.
I like that gold push, man. It's coming.
Yeah, but the problem is it might just top out at 1584, but I don't think it is now. Holy shit.
No. This is the one.
I'm just risking 15 pips on this.
There it goes.
Well, you're still going to go 85, or are you looking above now?
Yeah, it's going to go above now, because I think this will be the breakout candle. The hour candle will be the breakout candle. This candle will just break up.
Yeah, it's 4 hours looking good too, man. I like 4 hour.
Oh yeah, the 4 hour is huge. If the 4 hour flips bullish,
some potential, I think.
So I think this is the official
DJ, man.
DJ, let's go, baby.
This is the official move.
Yeah, man.
For both pairs.
It's coming now. One down, one up.
Yes, sir. Let's go, buddy.
It's going to be payday, and it's Monday.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
That's a blast.
Fucking.
Hope you guys took those gold buys.
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, because you were talking about GJ. It's like,
yeah. We need to break out of the 30-minute range, though. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, GJ.
Wow, kick off.
Stop losses are break even. 50% of position is closed. Let it run. Keep going, baby. This 30-minute candle on GE should close below 142 200s. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you guys to take another entry. Let's be clear. I know
Just
what I'm
close
doing,
below
but I don't
28.
want to.
Wow, here it goes.
No.
And
I know what
below.
I'm doing, but I don't want you to be crying on me, you know.
Ooh, yeah, it's coming down. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
baby.
Yeah,
Go, mate.
the 930 candle on gold is going to rock it. Be aware.
Just
On gold, I only have like 4 pips right now.
It's
But
going to rock it.
GG,
I'm not too concerned right now. I think it's just going to be fine.
Yeah.
5 minutes. 5 minutes looking good.
Yeah, if it breaks above, I think we're heading to at least 1585 with this 5-minute candle if it gets enough power. But it's ranging hard.
It's jumping around.
Yes.
It's quite jumpy, which is probably a good thing because it could just fly. But
yeah, but I think it's a 930. The 930 is going to pop up, and 930, I'd be aware of getting to 1588. Once we get to 1588 on the 930, I think you just have to manage at that point.
Yeah.
Let's see what's happening. Yeah, the futures keep dropping even more. So this is going to be a huge pull.
I got a feeling gold is going to start flying.
Yes. As soon as we break above this level, got to break above 1584. Once we break above 1584, it's game over.
Let's go, baby, gold.
Getting a little bit excited, to be honest.
Yeah. I swear to God, if gold give me another pullback, I'm gonna start betting my entire life on it. Sheesh. Another news. GJ is about to break that small support. That's the thing I like about GJ. Once that fucking those supports or resistance, it's gonna break through.
Yeah, when it does, it breaks well too.
Now, if we have a rejection, then the move was done.
Yeah, the futures are the futures keep dropping. We're at like minus 1.5% on the Dow, all the way across. So it's expect 930. There might be a pullback for a brief minute or two, and then I think we're going to move between 945 and 10. I think that's where we're going to get the breakout, probably to 1587. It's going to be a little bit messy as the equity market opens because people are going to be exchanging into gold, but it's going to fly.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much the Dow was dropping.
It's a lot.
Yeah, the Dow is really bad right now.
Wow, it's a jump. But I find it's funny with the things like the Dow, because if you look at the retracement it makes, They're quite sharp. It's almost a
Yes.
like I think it's driven by fear.
Yes, yes.
So when it grows, it's, slowly grows and strengthens. But as soon as something bad happens, everyone just runs away. Yeah, I think that's why gold's move to the upside is so strong.
Yeah,
Because it's fear as well. They try to the upside.
that's right.
You remember I said initially at NY Open we were trading on M15 and M30 range.
I don't understand these questions.
I don't understand these questions either. I mean, if you sent a chart saying that, look, we were trading in these ranges, that would make much more sense.
We haven't changed the bias or the ranges that we've been trading in. It's just now based on the current market structure. We're not breaking to the downside. We're going to break to the upside. So now you look for upside targets. It's very straightforward because everyone was trying to take sells. And I said to everybody earlier, don't do that because of the futures market and the way that things were starting to shape up, and gold could rip 20 pips in a 15-minute candle. And that's what happened. So now what we're going to get is we probably get a bit of a pullback at 9:30, and then it's going to rip further up to the upside, which will then complete the original push from the Asian session last night because of the fact that we are now in the North American session.
And also get that similar mirroring candle as well. 30-minute, I mean. Which is actually kind of the same now.
That's gonna...
I'm a little bit excited.
Well, I just like when things plan, like things work when we talk about them, and they don't, like, because I feel stupid when it doesn't work out.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've got
you're watching gold rip down, and I'm like, this makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, why is gold ripping down? Everyone's like, sell it till like 1570. I'm sitting there going, no, it can't.
Sure. Yeah.
It can't go to 1570 today. Impossible.
Yeah, that'll be a hell of a move. You know.
You're gonna have to start your Tesla after that.
Because I mean, now if you look on the hourly, we've got a consolidation box. I mean, even here on the 30-minute, you have a box right now with gold. So any sort of buys above that level are going to be nice and clean.
Yeah, breakout flyer, that is for sure.
But you can see now what we talked about earlier with this area here. We never really broke below it. So if you took entries about over here with this bullish candle, or even over here, now you see that we've left this area. So now the next one should pop over here and then continue further.
Which is kind of what I was thinking earlier, whether 86 or whatever it was. Was it? Hang on.
Yeah, it's just we got in a little bit early and it pulled back, and now it's starting to push a little bit harder. But I mean, that's the thing too with the markets. I've noticed is sometimes you might have weeks of adjustment where the market moves later on. Like you don't get it at 8 a.m. You'll get it at 9 a.m.
Yeah. That happened a few times. Well, quite a lot towards the end of last year. Actually, it was afternoon movements that was a little bit different. You just adapt, you know.
I can't stand people who keep repeating themselves. Done. Stupid. Like, it's just like 5 same questions. You repeat yourself more than 5 times, you're banned.
Yeah. Later.
Don't need to spam the chat with stupidity. Yeah, so what we're looking for now is probably a buy above this level here. You want to make sure that there's a pullback over here somewhere. And then what you want is you want this to move. The other thing to keep in mind though, if we do get a hard move at like 9:30, what you may find is the next hour we get a massive pullback for the first half hour, and then we get a strong close for the London close. I've noticed that 10 a.m. brings a lot of heavy reversals. Last week, 10 a.m. was destroying people's accounts. It was reversing very hard. So I'm very cognizant of that now at 10 a.m. of getting out and then holding or re-entering around 10:45 or even like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, sensible. Yeah, that London close seems to have an impact for sure.
Yeah, like the 10 a.m. candle just rips down for no apparent reason. I don't understand that at all. It did that, and the same thing with like all the pairs. It just pulls back really hard, and you sort of look at that and you're like, why?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Hey Philip, what do you guys do at Black Bull? Like, do you guys notice that at 10 a.m. like Eastern time? So in the next hour, so the next 30 minutes, you get a massive.
Currently it's 3:30 a.m.
Yeah, no, but in the next 30 minutes, so not this 30-minute candle coming up, but the following one, the new hour. Have you noticed when you guys are watching the markets, there's major pullbacks?
The thing is, we're not really an offer usually this time. We usually leave it at 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We do our night shift, we leave at 3. I sometimes go to 7 a.m., but I don't usually watch. I'm just sort of finishing up with everything.
Okay.
Yeah. But the deal is the worst place for trading.
Yeah, it's not the best, I don't imagine.
Because I mean, US opens at 3 a.m. Asian session is at midday, which is not too bad. But then UK opens at 9 p.m.
Yes. South Africa or Kenya has the best trading. If you want.
Yeah, but the thing is, South Africa, Kenya.
Yeah, if you want to take advantage of all three markets during the afternoon, go trade in Kenya. That's where you get the best times because they can trade everything like from 10 a.m. till about 5 p.m. They get everything. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, jackpot.
So there's 9:30 push.
I reckon the retrade will probably be up with mine.
Yeah. Perfect. There's 1585, and off to the races we go with the market open.
is falling as well.
Yep.
Oh, close on, man.
Well, Mr. and Mrs., if you're in
Great
profit,
trade, Kerwin. I didn't hold it.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, man.
Great trade.
Alright,
We called the trade, man. Beautiful trade.
Gold, we just tapped into a 30-minute level. So just be aware that we tapped in a 30-minute level. It could reject a bit, but as it starts to push through, you might find that it'll break up because right now we're in an hour zone, that huge liquidity area. So just be aware of this area here that we might pop down and then continue to go up.
Yeah, that's why I took some there because I thought that could quite well come back. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
But I don't think this pullback is going to be lived, or it's going to be a short-lived pullback. I don't see. This is just the initial shock to the market of orders coming in. Yep. So you'll see this pull down, and then this will probably rifle up.
I think we'll get 89. You know, if it breaks
yes.
through that.
Yes.
That'll be my first. Are you looking at that on the daily high wick?
Yeah.
Daily. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I'm assuming on the hourly that we should fill all the way to 88.50.
Yeah, sensible.
And this, yeah. So I mean, I think this will have a pullback, which we expected because orders are entering the market, and then we should probably pull right back up. watching the 5-minute candle hit this zone on the 5-minute. It's hitting consolidation.
Yeah.
But we're gonna need another candle before this one to pull up. I just wish we didn't have that huge wick on the top there that matched up with the other 5-minute zone, because it tapped into that major 30-minute area.
Yeah, that's why I took my option to take some, because I thought I'm not risking that because this could happen. And then I'm glad I did, because it stopped me out at break even for the other part. But I got 70% of what I was aiming for. So to be honest, I don't need to make any more trades now. So
no,
that's
I don't need to either.
To be honest, I had a good one in London. I had 2 good ones on gold today.
Well, I'm hoping to catch a buy at like 1584 and ride that up to 1587. That's the one I want.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of what I was looking for. Maybe even to like low 90s if you get a bit heavier push. But
yeah,
I'm not. He's got a week, man. There's no rush.
I know, but
I think we're going to miss it. You know, that's what I think. It's going to happen pretty quick.
Yeah, because this little bit of a pullback here, this is nothing for gold right now. This is just the initial shock from the New York Stock Exchange open.
Yeah.
Keep pulling back more.
I'm very tempted because I could risk some of what I've made, if that makes sense. But it's like
I'm just waiting for this 15-minute candle to hold support right where Raja has his level there, the 1583. Once it pulls a little bit further back up, I may take a market order.
Yeah, it shouldn't go below that if it's going the way we want.
Yeah, if it holds 1583, that's a good level to take a buy. I just don't want it dipping back down into 1581 again.
That's what I was concerned about, whether it gets a jump down to come even further.
And then rip right back up. Like a safe buy now is 1585. Like you can take a safe buy there. That's very, very safe. Even 1584 is probably pretty safe.
Yeah, but that previous one on 15-minute 84 is a good idea.
All right, let's go for it.
I'll probably close around this area.
Yeah, it's gonna rip right up.
So you put your stop, please.
My stop is gonna be below 1580, but I'm waiting for this to pull a little bit more before I grab an entry.
It's still got Sorry, go on.
Oh man, I've been talking this whole time and I've been on mute. So I've been saying that a close above 1583 would make sense for a buy, but also like since morning we were expecting it to tap into 1586, which it did.
Yeah. I don't believe this candle. That's the difference. I don't believe that this 15-minute candle or whatever 30-minute candle. I don't believe it for a sell for a second.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit at all. It's going to be the biggest rip up, and it's going to fly to 1587 in like 5 minutes. There's going to be one big massive candle. I don't believe it at all. This candle makes no sense. It's great.
I think your levels at 80 are pretty safe, to be honest. I think you could get better than that, to be honest. So you don't have to risk so much.
I don't believe this candle at all on the 15-minute. This is going to just rip right back up and destroy people.
Probably just as it turns bearish.
Yeah.
And then everyone's going to be like, oh, sell it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, unlucky. I don't think so.
I mean, the 1 hour is really ugly.
It's going to drop.
Yeah, the 1 hour is just sort of holding. I sort of, like I said, I sort of expected that, like playing with the story of the fact that everybody's moving their money to gold. I expected this to happen. There was going to be a massive rip down. There's too much fundamentals right now to say that gold's going to drop. It doesn't make any sense. Anyone who's trying to sell gold, be very cautious. I don't believe gold for a second is a sell. So just be very, very careful if you're selling gold, because it can pull up very, very hard, very fast, because there's nothing fundamentally that is supporting the sell right now for gold. Just be very careful. That's all I have to say. If you want to sell gold, be my guest. But at this point, there's not going to be I don't see it being a sell.
Yeah, and calculate your risk proper.
The futures can't recover because of the fact that the futures don't exist anymore. The stock market's open. There's no futures market when the stock market is open, because the futures market is the stock market before it opens. So just be aware of that as well. You can't have a futures market when the market is actually on.
I was just trying to think I was trying to be funny and think what it would be called if it was still on.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be futures, it'd be the opposite.
That's the present. We're in the present market now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys should go into that futures course at 11:30 a.m. So in an hour and a half or 2 hours, you guys should sign up for that free course and learn something for free. You don't necessarily have to buy something. You just go there and learn for free. You will go in there and learn a little bit about futures, and then you can have a little bit of information.
Here you go.
Yeah, it's gonna go down.
It's gonna go down.
940.
I like this level.
I do too. It's great.
Yeah. I'm so trigger fingered right now. I need to just calm down.
But just looking at the futures S&P 500 right now, it's climbing. Here's my take on it. Last Friday, there was a huge drawback, huge sell-off on the futures market. So people are probably just either recovering, taking some profits, or just don't want to take any more losses right now. And then what happens is the gold market goes opposite of that. So, but I'm expecting the futures to sell off, and then the gold will start buying again. So I think it's what's going to happen. Again, it's all speculation.
Oh, Raj is looking at a sell.
Whoa. Okay. Good, Chris. I can see your face. You want to?
No, I'm not laughing. No, I'm not. No. No, everyone can do their own thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a buy.
Yeah.
1582 now. Probably a good buy level.
Mm.
There's a hamster running.
I was just thinking, what's that little twinkly sound? Is that? I thought it was just me.
Yeah, it's like rewinding something, right?
It's Philip's hamster wheel.
No, it's not.
Chris, mute yourself 1 second.
No, it's Philip. He was on mute. He's keeping his electricity going by running his bike.
That's it. That's it. comfortable.
No, I'm just. Yeah, okay, I am and I'm not. I don't want to make another trade, to be honest, but I don't also want to miss the opportunity. What I've been looking for the last week or two.
Man, it's really printing consolidation candles. It's in that consolidation level on the 30-minute gold.
Means we know what's going to happen after this. That's the thing.
Oh, I know.
It's just, yeah. And I guarantee I'll turn this off. I'll go downstairs, and then half an hour later, someone like, "Oh, goes to 15.95," and I'm like, "You gotta be kidding me."
No, I think it's gonna come down to probably fill this 4-hour wick, because I mean, it's a Monday, right? How far can it keep climbing?
That's true.
It has to keep the climb for maybe like Wednesday for the FMC.
Yeah. That was big news this week, isn't it?
Yeah. Plus, like the 4 hours also created some resistances here too.
Yeah, it's valid.
I'm gonna put buy orders in at 1582 now. You guys are just repeating what black box trading is teaching. Oh, that's great. He's on our stream too.
I was gonna say, he must know what he's doing then.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
Yeah,
same team. It's fine. Try to succeed.
Yeah, 1582 buys. Pending order 1582 on buys. The sell can go down to wherever it wants. I'll take buys up. That's cool.
Oh, sorry, mate. Chris, I actually love the fact that I can see your face.
Can you see me contemplating a decision? That's literally what I'm doing. I'm not.
Because I can even now that I see you look at your keyboard, like you're calculating, you're going like, oh man, am I getting the full margin on this? How much value?
Yeah, in my head I'm thinking, is that worth? In my head I'm just trying to weigh up a few things, and I'm thinking, I hear what people say, and I think that's a good idea, and then I think, yeah, does it suit what I need to be doing? I've had a good day so far. Do I need to risk any more? It's like,
of course, I just closed 15 pips over here.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, drew that line down there.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like when Ted said Roger's looking for sells, I entered sells at that point.
Yeah. That's a good trade. The sells are good there.
Yeah.
Because it broke out a consolidation too on the 30-minute.
Yeah, but as you said, you've got to be aware of your where you are. You can still find a sell there for sure, but you've got to be sensible about it. You can't just I'm going to sell it.
Yeah, no, I'd rather catch it on the upswing, so I'll catch it at 1582 now. I'll let it bounce around here, and then I'll let it get activated. Because I mean, you're right. We're right at the bottom of that range, which is perfect. Because as we continue to 1585, 1586, I think that will be a very nice opportunity.
Are you seeing that little block to the left on the 5-minute? Where this
Yes. That's what I was looking at. It was consolidating over there, and it looks like this might be the last move down, and then you might get a push up. But I mean, the 15-minute candle just started and it pulled down further, so I'm okay with it. I'm okay where we're at. I won't be looking for sells with gold. I don't care how far gold drops. I'll be looking for buys. So like Raja was saying, I mean, it's only Monday, so I'm not too concerned. But I'm not looking for sells with gold until there's something fundamentally shifting.
Yeah. That's two good trades today, Rakeel.
Yep.
Well done, man.
That's good. Raja calls the market orders, and I call the long-term orders. And the only difference is I don't take buys right now as people are selling. That's the only difference. It's like I'll wait for it.
Yeah, that's it. And then I forget to hold too.
Because this is what people do. They call buys right now, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to take a buy at 1578," and it's like there's no buy in sight right now. Like it's not a buy. Like you have to wait for it to flip. That's why 1582 for me seems a lot easier to take a buy at that level, because you're what you're anticipating now on the smaller time frames, and this is what people do, is like this is obviously a sell, but you'll get this wrap up and then you'll move that up. But the thing is, you can't keep taking buys over here when the candle is red. Like you don't do that. What you're doing is you're taking buys over here on the anticipation that, you know, this candle then comes up and it drives through that. That's how you would take a buy. If you're taking a market order sell, obviously you're selling like Raja said, to fill the wick, right? Which makes sense. But you can't take a buy at this point and just keep taking buys as it keeps dropping, because all that's going to happen is you're just going to get crushed. The idea is what you do is you get out of this body, this candle here, and you say, okay, where was there a wick? Chances are we're going to come back and return, and then we're going to take orders going through there. Like that's what you'd want to try and do, because that then fills back into the consolidation range that you have at that point.
Why did you choose 82 over 83?
Just because of where we have this huge wick, right? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to catch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So when this candle starts to pull back and go up, right, the next 4-hour candle, you'll find it'll tap down again, fill that wick, and then as it starts to drive, it'll move. So similar to something like this. So if you look at this setup here, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at that setup there, you would take a buy stop over at this level here, because this candle keeps dropping down. You get that bottom wick, and as you start to drive up, it pushes right through, and then it continues on the way. So that's what I'm anticipating over here now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see.
Right.
Makes sense.
So that's the long-term play.
Yeah. I was trying to.
Well, it looks like it's takeout.
When time can we expect this to happen? I don't know.
This week.
This week. The idea is what you're anticipating is this: down, up, right? That's what you're anticipating. So what you are doing is you're putting orders where more than likely we're going to be going to the upside. I'm not putting buy orders down over here because there's still more potential to go to the downside over to here. What you're doing is you're looking and you're anticipating that how will the next structures look? That's what you're anticipating, right? This is your visual. You're visualizing what is happening in the market or what you anticipate happening in the future. You don't turn around and start saying, well, I'm going to take buys over here. This candle is not a buy candle, it's a sell candle. But what you're saying is, I'm saying that we're going to continue to drop, and then as we recover, the recovery is going to push through my buy order, and then we're going to continue moving in that direction. That's what I'm anticipating. Right?
All about planning.
So the thing is, if you're taking a market order, your market order would have been a sell because you have a massive rejection from over here dropping down. But the overall bias still, if you look at the daily candles, has still been bullish, right? We haven't had a rejection at that level, and we also pulled up that huge gap up over the weekend. So it's just something to keep in mind. So as you're looking through that, how do I determine my stop loss? Well, as we start to move with that order, I'm going to watch the smaller time frames, and I'm going to see where we have a support level. So right now, if you look at the 15-minute candles, there's support that was just broken around 1580. Right? And there was a zone that was from 1582 to 1580. So at 1582, you can put a stop loss at 1580, and then your take profit is 1587. So you're dropping 20 pips to gain 50 pips. Right?
It's a beast of a 1 hour candle.
It is actually. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, I'm gonna head off over here.
Oh, good afternoon, dude. Morning.
Alrighty.
Good afternoon. Take care. Have fun.
Enjoy, everybody.
See you later.
Yeah.
Later.
Gym time.